Hey, how's it going? As promised, this is going to be the first video in a series of videos I'm going to be uploading where I demo some new gear and old gear that I've acquired over the last year. In terms of the guitars, I'm going to be demoing guitars that, a lot of guitars I'm going to be putting up for auction that are all one of a kind because I've modded them. And I'll be auctioning off a really cool Vox AC, VT30. Probably some pedals and just a bunch of stuff, so stay tuned. I'll be selling them and demoing them too, so you can hear what they sound like. So the first guitar that I'm going to be auctioning and demoing is this very cool one-of-a-kind Ibanez S series shredder guitar. I think S must stand for shredder. So let's start from the top and work our way down to talk about why this is a cool guitar, other than the fact that it's got a cool matching headstock, which is always like a nice thing to have. Tuners are very solid. I mean, machining in terms of the metal on this guitar is pretty spectacular. So we've got this sort of smoky chrome look to all the metal on the guitar. The serial number on the back says Sierra 470 Delta X-Ray Queen Mike. Made in Korea, and if you know anything about manufacturing, you know that Korea is pretty much on par with Japan in terms of manufacturing quality these days. I haven't yet to play a really bad Korean guitar. They're just solidly made, and I would say as good as the Japanese stuff these days. So made in Korea, that's quality in terms of Far East, and the locking nut for the proprietary vibrato system is very much like the Floyd. It's anchored through the neck, Floyd old style. The string retainer has got that smoky chrome look. The neck is very wide and fast, which is par for the course with Ibanez. Ibanez are known for their Wizard 2 necks, and this is a fine example of one. Nice smooth maple back. The neck is all maple here, and then the fingerboard is obviously rosewood, and what's nice about it is you can see the profile here. It's very slim, and very that Ibanez Wizard classic sort of flat, wide neck, 14-inch radius, I'm guessing, and jumbo frets. In terms of the frets, I'm a lazy guy, so I don't like to really struggle with my strings too much. So I keep the action as low as possible without fretting out. So I basically make a habit of filing all the frets and leveling them all from 12 on up, so I can get the strings as low as possible without fretting out. And then from 12 back down to 1, the frets are all jumbo and tall, and I will recrown all the frets before I send this guitar out, so it's solid. There's some nicks and there's some small little things I'm going to try and get rid of. I don't know if you can see that. It'll be in the photos on the fretboard where I kind of slipped up with my fret file, but nothing major. It certainly doesn't affect the tone or playability of the guitar. The pickups are Infinities, Infinity 1 and Infinity 2, with an Infinity single one in the middle. And I think these Infinities sound great. I mean, they're all when I do the audio demo, you'll hear them. I mean, they sound like a very much Duncan-like, although some people say more DiMarzio, and it's probably, I think, more DiMarzio in terms of just the manufacturing and the look of them, because they've got adjustable pole pieces. You can see there, so you can basically take an Allen key and adjust the pole pieces to bring out more volume in certain strings if you want. I mean, that's the theory anyway, and that option is there if you want it. Now, the piece de resistance on the S-Series guitars is the famous Ibanez Vibrato System. And one second. And I mean, that's heavy metal. Period. Look at that thing. I mean, the machining on this is just amazing. There's a lot of very solid examples of great machining and detail in the vibrato and the bridge. And this is a bridge that's designed for excessive whammy bar usage. I've got it set up just as an example to go all the way down and flop all the strings, and then go up like a fifth and then some, a fifth and change, and then come back down and be in tune. So that's pretty hardcore. And what makes this vibrato so unique is the adjustable tension system on the back. So basically you just move this wheel one way or the other to adjust the tension of the arm, and you don't have to remove the back plate and bust out a Phillips screwdriver and get into all that mishigas. You can just do it right here, frankly, while you're playing even, and just adjust the whole thing with just your finger. That's pretty badass, and that only exists in the S series guitars. And you can get the this vibrato system separately from, on the collector boards and so on, but it goes for $250. I mean, the vibrato is the reason why you get this guitar, generally speaking. It's a great vibrato system, and it's certainly not, you can't just plug this into a Floyd Rose equipped guitar. It's its own thing, and it needs to have its own kind of routing and so on. And then adding to the uniqueness, I've added a kill switch right here, which you can see. It's a metal kill switch, not a plastic one. It really suits the guitar, and the button is flush with the assembly, so it doesn't really stick out. And it's noiseless, doesn't make any noise when you click on it, and it's a great way to achieve that staccato cutting effect, Buckethead style Jordan vibe without without having to play it on a Gibson. This allows you to play with a Strat style lighter guitar but still get the staccato effect. And what's cool is on the S series is they've left room to do this. It doesn't have to be jammed in somewhere where you've got to do extra routing, or you've got to squeeze it in. It fits beautifully in between the two pots. So it just looks like it's meant to be there, and that's why, another reason why I love this sort of style of guitar from Ibanez. And then you've got a nice heavy-duty 5-position toggle here, switch to go from this pickup to both to this pickup to both, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure if there's coil splitting or not going on in this. I'm sure you can research it and find out. My guess is probably there is. When you go here, you probably split the coils, but I'm not sure. So and the jack is also flush with the face of the guitar, which is nice. So no chance of unplugging yourself accidentally when you're headbanging. So altogether, a great shredder guitar. Light enough so you don't get a backache, but still gives you the Gibson-like heaviness, and the kill switch ability. So that's what makes this one of a kind, and this is going to be going up for auction. So let's do the next thing and plug her in and see what she sounds like.